It feels like you're not wanted in the world anymore. You don't want to be here, or you're not welcomed.
I didn't know my real dad till I was 16. So the only relationship I had growing up was an abusive stepfather.
Felt a little ashamed, like that was my dad and stuff.
Even though our situation was out there and in the open to ourselves, it was a secret within our family.
When we'd go places, it would be, okay, Mom, we need to go home. We used to actually not even be able to travel into Bend because for them, the anxiety was just so big.
He would hurt me, or he would do other things that I didn't want to do.
He would actually come down the hall, knock on my room, and knock on there and say, get up, you worthless piece of shit, we have things to do today. And this happened every day. And this has an impact on you. You start to believe it. If that's all you hear as a young kid, you're going to believe that.
He pushed me on top of Joseph, and we were both sitting in a chair, and my weight and Matthew pushing down on me. And Joseph was behind me and said, Mom, I can't breathe. And I couldn't get up, and I was struggling and kicking.
So one night, he abused me, my mom, and my little brother. And 2 days afterwards, we came to Saving Grace.
To go watch David and...
When kids get to this room, after they've been introduced into shelter, the first and foremost thing that they get to do in this room is be a kid. They get to play, and they get to be listened to, and they get to voice whatever they have to voice and express themselves in whatever way they know how to.
I can put up, this is how he actually protects himself.
Yeah.
That's his blocking.
Like this.
He just puts his cape around him.
When we first got to Saving Grace, I had to talk with Miss Elliott because I saw the way that we were talked to by our abuser was how they were talking to each other.
If they need guidance in learning new ways to express themselves, or just ideas of how to go about things, how to talk to their moms, or how to not talk to their moms, like whatever they need, then we take it from there. Okay, do you want to go outside? Do you need a coat or anything?
No.
No?
I'm fine like this.
Okay.
Can I have my cape?
Yeah, it's right here. When Joe first came here, he was relieved, but he was also experienced a lot of changes in his life. And school was not that easy for him. His mom was struggling to keep him on the right path in school too. And then Dave came along.
What are we working on?
Setting up equations with fractions.
You want chicken or this one? I volunteered for Saving Grace because I thought that if I could get involved and help somebody and maybe get them through that situation. It started out as helping this kid with his homework who was behind in every single class, and there was no reason for it because he's a smart kid. It turned into more than that. After homework, we'd go do fun things. So we'd go get him in dinner, we'd play ball.
What happens when the pressure's on?
When I met Dave, he kind of made me a better person. He helped me with my homework and staying in school, and taught me that school is very important, that you need to stand there to have a life. -4. Oh, this is it. This is it.
The good thing about learning and remembering algebra now is when you get to college.
I think Saving Grace is the best agency to provide domestic violence services for kids because we get it. We understand trauma. We understand what these survivors have been through. And we have ongoing training that helps us to understand that stuff.
It's made a big impact on what will happen to me in the future. I won't make the same mistakes that I grew up around. I will progress in life instead of just stay in one spot. I would go out and actually seek my future instead of being afraid of it.
Saving Grace's staff, as well as Mary's Place, are highly trained in knowing the ways that domestic violence has affected children, what the impact is of the trauma that they've experienced, and how do you create environments where the kids can heal. This is a really different kind of training than a therapist would have, that a school teacher would have. It's a different kind of training than a daycare worker would have. It's really unique to our area. Nobody else does this here in Central Oregon, and it's unique to domestic violence providers.
Zach and Molly, now that they've had this time in supervised visitation at Mary's Place, have really grown. They have done better in school, getting A's and B's as opposed to D's and F's. They've just made amazing progress with their time at Mary's Place.
Before Mary's Place, I was scared, unsure, and life was like a mountain. And I think Mary's Place let us put some of that conflict to rest.
They were there, and I knew if he did something bad, then they would do something about it.
Our entire life was totally transformed by them having other adults in their life that cared about them, wanted to know about their interests, that created a safe environment for them so that they can learn to trust again. It's about what they want to provide for families. They want to help the change. They want to be the voice for the children.
Saving Grace has been a godsend, truly. Saving Grace stepping in when they did and offering the help that they offered, and the way that they came at it so compassionately, sincerely, caring. I had never experienced that.
I know it was the way we lived, but it doesn't have to be the way we lived.
I can be my own person and not have to perform to make somebody else happy or not to make somebody else angry.
If we didn't have Saving Grace, I probably would have gone back to a bad situation.
Joseph and I were at a grocery store, and the clerk behind the counter said, "Oh, you have a nice dad." And Joseph says, "I wish he was my dad." When I start seeing little things like Joe, who looks up to me, it just kind of makes me feel like, okay, well, everything that's happening is supposed to happen. It's good it's happening. It's, you know, I'm an adult. That's how I feel. So, but this isn't about me, it's about him.
I want to be like Dave. One of those persons who help people out and like help them with their homework and take them out to eat and play catch with them or something. I want to be like one of those persons who's giving back, like just like Dave.